Here are the 12 biggest mistakes that coaches make in their business and tips on how to be successful. Hi, my name's Sura. I'm a meditation coach and trainer, founder of suraflow. When I first started coaching, I had left a lucrative career in finance, and I thought that I had the business background to be successful in creating a business. And little did I know how hard it would be to actually get a successful coaching business off the ground. I had been investing in technology companies, in public and private companies, and I can tell you that the experience is completely different when you're actually running a business. And what most people don't really get a grasp on when they go into their passion work, like coaching or healing or any kind of service where you're helping people with their health, is that oftentimes you are also becoming an entrepreneur, a business person, and you need to have a level of acumen, skill, and expertise to sustain yourself and also your work so that you can keep doing and focusing on what you love consistently. So I'm going to go over these 12 biggest mistakes, many of these that I've made myself, and ways that you can start to remedy, bring into balance some of these most common mistakes. The first biggest mistake is that you don't believe in yourself and the work that you offer. You're working with this unconscious belief that I'm not enough, or maybe what I'm doing is not good enough. And even though you've tapped into this miraculous space with the work that you have to offer, it's like you don't trust your true experience and what it can do to truly help and serve others. It's very important to develop confidence in the work that comes with practice and experience. So your ability to show up consistently is paramount. And really, how do you expect other people to get on board with you if you're not on board with yourself? And if you're not on board with your own work? The second biggest mistake that coaches make is that you don't charge your real value. Many coaches undervalue themselves. They are good people. They don't want to feel like they're ripping anybody off. They want to ensure that people have a good experience. Oftentimes what they do is they undercharge. And what happens when you undercharge is that now you have to work doubly hard to make the same level of income. And if accountants, bankers, doctors, lawyers can make hundreds of dollars per hour, why can't you? Especially if you're out there changing people's lives for the better. If you're making a huge transformative impact or even a subtle impact, you are changing people's lives. So don't be afraid to charge what you're really worth and what you feel your worth is. What do you feel your time and energy are worth to you? Because if you don't charge what you're worth, it'll be very hard to sustain the work. The third biggest mistake is that you try to market to everybody. You try to make your business open to everybody, which is fine. You can do that. But when you go to create your business mission, your work mission, you create your website or any of your course offerings, and people don't know that you're actually appealing to them, then they won't buy your service. When you try to appeal to everyone, you get no one. And it really helps when you start with a niche, a demographic or community that you feel resonant with, that you'd like to serve, that you enjoy working with. And then in developing that niche, you are able to expand from that space. So don't be afraid to say, these are the people I'd like to work with. It doesn't mean that you're excluding everyone else. It actually gives you an opportunity just by focusing to expand your work. The fourth biggest mistake is that you keep over giving. You just give and give and give and give, and you overstretch and overreach your energy. It's like you're always moving out of your center. And again, this could be due to a lack of worth or a lack of self-esteem, but you feel the need to keep giving your energy, and you're not involved in the energy of receiving, or you feel that taking is bad or receiving money is bad for the work that you love to do. And so it's like you're always overstretching and overdoing or doing too much in order to be successful. It's like you're in a state of hypervigilance, of always being in a panicky, hustly state to try to make yourself okay in your work versus just feeling confident in your work and moving from that place of center within yourself. The fifth biggest mistake is that you don't have clear, healthy boundaries, meaning that maybe you're coaching your friends for free, or you're trying to coach your family members, or you're working with clients, but you're giving them twice the amount of time that they actually committed to or paid for. And, just because they're in a hard situation, now you're just overextending, and there's no boundary or limit that's there. And again, if you keep overgiving, overstretching, you're going to burn yourself out in this kind of work. It's not a regular 9-to-5 job where you're sitting at your desk. It's very dynamic. It's multidimensional. It takes a level of energy and concentration to be in that space, that sacred space with people. So it's okay to just give 50% in your work. It's okay to give 50% to yourself. And knowing how to have those clear, healthy boundaries is instrumental to working in a conducive way with your clients and for your business. The sixth biggest mistake is that you focus on the wrong things in your business. You spend most of your energy focusing on the little things that don't really impact your business. Think about the things that are the things you want to be doing in your work, and do that work. If you like creating content, if you like speaking, if you like working with clients, then be in the flow of that. Don't consume yourself with admin tasks or, little things like technology setup just because you think you have to do that in order to work with clients. Think about what is impacting your overall revenue and the actual work that you want to be engaged in, and focus on the most important tasks at hand. Do those first thing in the morning. Let that be your focus. The seventh biggest mistake is that you try to do everything yourself. You take everything on. When you become a coach, you're a business owner, you're a marketer, you're an accountant now, a bookkeeper, now you have to know, PPC ads. What's that? Pay-per-click. There's all these other things that you can be doing with your time and energy. And if you try to take it all on, again, you'll lead right to burnout. So don't try to do it all yourself. Be the kind of person that can ask for help, call people for guidance, receive support. Are you somebody who can delegate tasks? You're willing to delegate. You're willing to hire people to help you so that you can focus on the core gift that you have to offer. And you're willing to focus right where that juicy spot is for you. That takes a lot of self-love. So be willing to receive help and delegate. The eighth biggest mistake is that you don't invest in yourself and your business. So you left a really high-paying job or just a regular paying job to do this work that you love to do, to follow your passion. It doesn't stop there. Just because you left a regular paycheck doesn't mean that now you have to save all your money. Unless you really do, be willing to spend money in order to make money. Now you need a new set of skills to help you expand your work, to help you go to the next level. You don't know everything, and you don't know what you don't know. So it's important to continually invest in yourself and in your business, because you can always grow, and it doesn't stop when you're at the 3-year mark or the 5-year mark. You want to keep investing. The ninth biggest mistake is that you hold your work so preciously that you never release it. Here's an example, whether it's a social media post, a blog post, whether it's a course or a book, you're always working on something so intensely. You try to get it to a place of perfection that you never let it go. You never finish it. Complete is better than perfect. Getting content out there, flowing it out there consistently is what matters most. And if you're always holding on to things and working on one social post an hour at a time, I mean, think about the amount of time that you're spending on the smaller things that don't really impact your business, but you think you have to do them. Be really aware of that. Be spending your time on the things where you want to be putting your energy and attention to. So don't hold it so preciously. You have to have a little bit of, I would say, laissez-faire or carelessness, and just, let it go and move on. The 10th biggest mistake is you're not grounded. There are so many practitioners I see, they're going from one spiritual event to the next thing, to the next training, to the next webinar, to the next, and they're just floating around in circles, moving in circles. And then they say, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to do. Then it changes. Then it's the next thing. And then the next trend. And then the next thing. There's no ground that's there. And a tree that has deep roots can not only root down to the earth, but they can reach their branches out far and wide. Now that they can grow their branches and actually become higher and bigger and expand just by being deeply rooted. So having a strong connection to reality, not just rejecting things like money or the business world or certain things, but actually including everything as part of your reality and validating it is really important. Having that strong connection to all realities. The 11th biggest mistake is that you're not willing to put in the real work to be successful. So, you left a corporate job, and now do you work the same level as you do for someone else, as you do for yourself? So are you working, those 8 hours a day? Are you committed at the same level, or are you even more committed? And are you willing to do the real work? I see people, they kind of dabble and they just try. They say things like, oh yeah, I tried coaching, and that really means 5 sessions with a few different people, and then they just give up because they didn't, make the money they thought they were going to make, or they didn't get the validation or the affirmation, or they only try it for 6 months or a year. And what they lack is patience and perseverance. And if you don't have patience and perseverance, if you're not willing to see your business as a long-term commitment, as something that you're willing to work at every day consistently, and if you're somebody who wants fast results, then this work probably won't work out well for you. It's something that you've really got to see more like a marathon than a sprint. So learn how to develop patience and perseverance, because there'll be a lot of ups and downs when you have a coaching business, and it's important to learn how to ride those out. The 12th biggest mistake is that you're afraid to speak your truth and to be your full self. So often I see coaches, they want to give their work that they love, but they're not willing to step into it all the way. They're still wanting to play up to the mainstream or to corporate or to business. They feel like they have to cover themselves up or say only certain things so that they don't scare people off and seem to woo-woo. So they're not really saying what they really want to say, and they're not truly conveying their message clearly. So when you are yourself and you convey your message clearly, then the people who resonate with you, your tribe, can come and find you. Those are your clients, your students, people who want to work with you and who will benefit from being with you, and who you will benefit from being with them as well. So be willing to speak your truth. Be willing to come out with those things that you really like and enjoy. And yes, maybe other people will think that's weird. It's completely okay. You'll actually find that the more you allow yourself to narrow down and become specific, the easier it will be to find people who resonate with the work that you do. So learn to take time, have patience, perseverance, learn how to show up consistently every day for your work, and don't expect fast results. There are programs that offer business support. In our certified meditation coach training, Liberate, we have extensive business support, including a toolkit and a guide that has everything that you need to start up your business so that you don't have to spend so much time and energy reinventing the wheel. We've actually gone through all those major bumps and hurdles and mountains, and we don't want you to have to go through that. We would prefer if you could focus on what you really love to do. And we have other programs where you can just start and dabble, like Expand Your Work Online. That's a course that we offer. That's another way that you can begin to really develop your work and receive success and prosperity from what you do. And remember to focus on those unconscious beliefs like not being good enough, or not being able to receive for the work that you really love. And let yourself focus on positive affirmations like I am abundant, I am good enough, I see myself doing well from what I really love to do. And I allow myself to do that. So be sure to really cover all those bases. And if you need extra support, please feel free to come visit us at suraflow.org. Lots of love.